we are making a change to the quarantine period in Alberta that aligns with changes some other provinces have made, such as Ontario and Manitoba. While vaccines don't erase all possibility of infection, the data shows the vaccine reduces the amount of virus in the person's body, even if someone does get infected, which further reduces the risk of transmission. This is good news. Effective today, we are making 2 changes to our quarantine requirements. One for close contacts who are fully vaccinated with 2 doses of vaccine, and one for close contacts who have only 1 dose. Currently, Albertans are legally required to quarantine for 14 days when they are a close contact of a COVID-19 case. Beginning today, fully vaccinated individuals who have had their 2nd dose of vaccine at least 2 weeks prior will no longer have to quarantine at all if they are exposed to a confirmed positive case. This is only as long as they have no symptoms at any point. To be clear, if a fully vaccinated individual is experiencing any symptoms, even minor ones, they will still be required to isolate and go for testing. If they then test negative, they would not be required to quarantine further. If they test positive, they must follow the protocol and isolate for 10 days from when their symptoms started. This is for any close contacts who have received both doses of a vaccine. For those who have received only 1 dose of a vaccine, these individuals will now have a shortened quarantine period if they are a close contact of a confirmed case. The quarantine period for these people with 1 dose of vaccine is being shortened from 14 days to 10 for close contacts who have no symptoms. In addition, if these individuals have a COVID-19 PCR test on day 7 or later of their quarantine period, they can be released from quarantine even earlier as soon as they get a negative test result. However, if they test positive, they will of course need to isolate as usual. If a partially vaccinated close contact is experiencing symptoms, then they would still be required to isolate as usual. More details are posted online to clarify these changes. I would like to note that this change does not apply to Albertans who are returning from international travel. International travels must continue to comply with the 14-day quarantine period required by the Federal Quarantine Act. This new quarantine approach within the province will mean less disruption for families, workplaces, and schools, while still preventing the spread of COVID-19. Most importantly, it only applies to those who have received the vaccine. For those who have not gotten any doses, there is no change to the 14-day quarantine period. Regardless of whether someone has had 1, 2, or no doses, all of the other restrictions in place still apply. I want to end today with a request to every Albertan. We are heading into the first long weekend of spring, and I know many people are excited to get out and enjoy it, especially after a cold and rainy week. However, our active case numbers and hospitalizations remain very high. We are gaining momentum, but it is fragile, and we cannot afford to take this weekend off from following the rules. That's why I am asking every Albertan to have fun and stay safe this weekend. Please follow the rules, avoid in-person interactions with people outside your household, especially indoors, and avoid non-essential travel wherever possible. The weather is warming up, the sun is shining, and summer is just around the corner. If we all stay vigilant and do our part just one more time, this might be the last long weekend when such sacrifices are necessary. So make this the safest May long weekend ever. Get vaccinated, stay safe, and please keep following the rules.